Today, we're going to talk about a crypto project with a really fascinating backstory. It's a story of transformation, a project called Nomina, which you could say was born not just once, but twice.
Okay, just picture this for a second. All of your on-chain trading. We're talking futures, all your positions scattered across different exchanges, your automated strategies, everything, all synced up in one single spot. And all of this without having to trust a big, centralized company.
Well, a crypto protocol called Nomina is claiming they can do exactly that. But here's where the story takes a turn. See, this project didn't just appear out of nowhere. It actually has a hidden past, and, understanding that past, well, it changes the entire picture.
So, to really get what Nomina is trying to do, we have to rewind a bit and look at where it came from.
And here it is, the core twist. Nomina is actually a complete rebrand of an older project called Omni Network. Now, this wasn't just a simple name change. Nope. This was a full-on token migration and a total shift in the project's story.
So why is a rebrand like this such a huge deal in the crypto world? Well, it's a strategic play to completely reset how the market sees you and to tell a fresh story. But man, it's a total double-edged sword. If you nail it, you can shake off any old baggage and build up new hype. But if you get it wrong, you risk ticking off your original supporters and making it look like you've got something to hide.
Okay, so now that we've cleared up its history, let's talk about what Nomina is actually trying to be today. What's the grand vision here?
Nomina wants to be the operating system for on-chain trading. That means trading directly on the blockchain, without a middleman. Think about it like Windows or Mac OS, but built specifically for your entire crypto trading life. It's designed to be this one unified layer that helps you manage and run complex strategies across the messy, fragmented world of decentralized exchanges.
So how's it supposed to work in practice? Well, it breaks down into a four-step process. First, you connect all your positions from different places. Then you can execute your automated strategies. Nomina's job is to sync all those operations in real time and finally give you one central place to control your entire portfolio. The whole point is to fix that massive headache of fragmentation that traders deal with every single day.
And of course, a project like this has its own token. So let's dig into the NOM token and see what makes this ecosystem tick. What does it do, and what does the data tell us?
All right, the numbers here paint a really clear picture. This is a project that's in its very, very early days. The market cap is hanging out in the low tens of millions, which is a huge signal for potential volatility. So the key takeaway here is pretty simple. This is not a blue-chip asset like Bitcoin. Not even close. It's a highly speculative bet on the future of trading infrastructure. So then why would you even hold the NOM token? Well, its usefulness is tied directly to the platform. It's meant to be the key that gives you access to advanced trading tools, lets you participate in strategy marketplaces, and it also acts as an incentive to bring more liquidity, more trading funds into the network. It's literally the fuel for their operating system.
Let's make this super practical. Imagine a pro trader trying to run a really complex arbitrage strategy across, say, 3 different decentralized exchanges at the exact same time. Instead of juggling 3 different windows and interfaces, Nomina's goal is to let them coordinate and execute the whole thing from one single command post. That right there is the core promise.
But hey, a great vision is one thing. We have to ground this in reality by looking at the serious hurdles and, frankly, the fierce competition that Nomina is up against. And the risks are very, very real. That rebranding, it automatically creates some uncertainty, and they're jumping into a super crowded field with established giants like DYDX and GMX. The product itself is pretty complex, which could make it tough for regular folks to adopt, and its success is pretty much tied to the larger DeFi cycle, the booms and busts of decentralized finance. So, all of this brings us to the ultimate question. Where does Nomina go from here? The project is really at a crossroads with 2 completely different paths it could take. In a bullish, best-case scenario, Nomina gets picked up by pro traders and becomes a core piece of infrastructure as on-chain trading gets bigger. But in the bearish case, it just fails to gain any real traction. The competition stays on top, and that whole rebranding story doesn't build enough trust, leaving it as just another small niche project. And that really brings us to the most important point of all. Nomina is building this incredibly ambitious operating system for DeFi trading. But as we always see in crypto, technology is basically worthless without real people actually using it. At the end of the day, adoption is the only metric that matters. So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. As this whole space keeps evolving, do you think the future of trading belongs to those huge centralized giants,
Or will it be decentralized on-chain operating systems like Nomina that eventually win out?
And just a quick reminder, this analysis is purely for informational purposes. It should not be taken as financial advice. Please always do your own research.